Are you going to study, work, or migrate to an English-speaking country? The IELTS exam might be the key to your success. Hello, it's me Nico from justspeakupenglish, and today I'm going to explore everything you need to know about the IELTS exam. The acronym IELTS means International English Language Testing System, which has gained global importance. In other words, IELTS is recognized by over 11,000 organizations, including universities, employers, and immigration authorities. It is worth mentioning that there are two types of IELTS exams, such as IELTS General Training and Academic 1. IELTS Academic for those applying to universities or academic registrations. For instance, if you want to study at a university in Canada, the time you should pass IELTS Academic exam. On the other hand, General Training for work experience or migration purposes. To give an example, if you want to gain work experience or migrate to England, the time you should pass IELTS General Training. Now let's go on with the exam format, which includes listening, speaking, reading, and writing sections. Let's start with the listening section, which continues 30 minutes plus 10 minutes to transfer answers. It includes 4 monologues and conversations. The key tip might be to practice understanding of various accents. The next is speaking section, which roughly continues from 11 to 14 minutes. The speaking section includes 3 parts. Part 1 is introduction based on general questions. Part 2 is long turn based on speaking cue card. You have got a minute to prepare your speech. After that, the conversation lasts roughly in 2 minutes. And the last part 3 based on discussion, which is more interactive and includes specific questions. The tips might be considered are: speak fluently and confidently like a native speaker. The reading section continues 60 minutes. Both academic and general training reading sections include 3 separate reading passages with increasing difficulties. The tips might be considered seem to be using skimming and scanning methods effectively. Lastly, the writing section continues 60 minutes, includes 2 writing tasks. For academic, task 1 describing a graph, chart, and so on, and writing an essay. For general training, writing a letter and an essay. Tips might be considered are clarity, creativity, and coherence. What about IELTS scoring system? It's based on band range from 0 to 9. For instance, if your IELTS overall result is 6, it means you are a competent user of the language. On the other hand, if your IELTS overall result is 9, it means you are an expert user of the language. There are some tips for IELTS preparation which should be considered. Let's begin with understanding format. It means you should be familiar with each section of the exam. Practice regularly. You should make IELTS inseparable part of your daily routine. In other words, you should surround yourself with English language. And lastly, enhance skills. For listening, you should listen to podcasts or watch movies. For reading, you should read newspapers or journals. For speaking, you should join speaking club or find speaking partner. For writing, you should write essays, letters, and describe graphs, charts to improve yourself towards writing approach. And create your own writing style. But don't forget, while you are applying all those above mentioned tips, you should keep intensity. Therefore, you should do it over. Remember, the more you practice, you will get the score that you have desired. What is your biggest challenge in IELTS preparation? Let me know in comments below. Stay tuned. Don't hesitate to subscribe, like, and share. See you next.